know there's more in you, but you cannot see it. There's a remedy, and I've got the strategy. It's time to turn your dreams into a reality. Push, and I'ma help you. Got the time to.
Alrighty, we are here. We are back again. Welcome everybody to Push Talk Podcast. This is a special episode because Push 15 is going to incorporate, like we're incorporating live episodes that are going to be about lifestyle, the lifestyle of Push. What is it like living daily in the world of Push? And I bring amazing guests on, like I had today, Christine Babu of Unearthed Podcast. Welcome.
Actually, second podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited. Well, you know what? Let me tell you, Christine has been on second.
Yeah.
The first time for
Yeah.
our holiday soiree.
Yeah.
Yes,
That was so much fun.
It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. And we had Ariel with us. We had like the crew of podcast ladies. And, so we were all here and just, we had a blast. And we're back again because I just love Christine. Her voice, her laugh, her spirit. She just always has me just excited about life. So Christine, I had to bring you back for my lifestyle, talking about everything about life, The podcast, Push Talk Podcast, is about business, career, and beyond. And this season, I really wanted to venture more on the beyond, what's behind all of this that you see. When we're on stage and doing, the things we do, you have to, give off a certain persona, but sometimes it's good to just relax and just be you. That's what people want to hear. They want to know that people have been where they've been and struggled, and that's how I always like to be. I just like to be real. So I'm just excited to have these episodes once a month, you guys. So you ain't gonna get too much now. Something's gotta be positive. But once
give the people what they want. We want more of this,
I got to hold back a little bit, child. These nothing, but once of us, we'll just talk about life. And I'm here to talk about feeling uncertain and what to do with Christine. And we had chatted about this. Honestly, you guys, to be honest, we have been talking for the past hour. And we were like, we probably want to get to record this podcast. We had about 10 episodes in that conversation. But before we jump in, if you have not ever, joined us on Push Talk Podcast, please make sure that you subscribe. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, and here as you're watching us on YouTube. We are constantly putting out episodes to help push you towards your purpose in business, career, and beyond. So just had to plug that there. So Christine, let's talk about feeling uncertain. We talked so much about that earlier. I mean, what do we do? What do we help? I mean, where have you recently gone through uncertainty? And let's talk about it, because so many people are feeling that way. Just what's next? What do I do? I'm at a crossroads. Let's help our listeners out a little bit and talk about life and how that goes and how do we handle it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no one wants to be in a place where it's almost like you can't tell what's coming up next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, the more I go through life, the more I realize that we should somehow be okay with it. You know what I mean? Be okay with not knowing everything that's coming up. At a certain time, you want to kind of relinquish some control sometimes and not try to kind of manage every single aspect of your life. Because then it takes away from you being present. You know what I mean?
You talked about that on your last episode, and I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, and trust me, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable because maybe you're feeling uncertain about a job situation. Maybe you're uncertain about a family situation, or your own life, your career, your purpose.
Yeah.
So I know I've been struggling with God. I feel like you've brought me to where you've told me you'd bring me to, but I feel like the places that are yet to come, I'm struggling with seeing how that will be, how that will come about.
Yes.
And then I find myself trying to make it happen for myself.
Scary. I know.
Yes.
It's so bad. And I'm just gonna piggyback on that, because that's the worst thing you guys can do. Don't try to bring about things on your own, because you're gonna bump your head, you're gonna hurt yourself. For me, I think it's just it's natural, because I don't know about you, Christine. I feel like we're similar. I'm a doer. Like, I'm a go.
Yes,
So I'm like,
want to solve the problem.
Yeah, I'll call this person. Hey, can you do this for me?
Yes.
So I've learned the best thing sometimes when you're uncertain is to take these two hands, right?
Yes.
And put your two hands up.
Yes.
Put them underneath your legs and sit on them. And don't move.
Don't move. And even if you have to close your mouth, close it.
Shut it and don't move, and just enjoy. It's a struggle. You're like a kid, when you tell a kid sit time out, you're like, sit on those hands, don't move, keep yourself still, and know that He is God, because that's
I love that.
For me, it's like, for those of you listeners that follow the podcast, I'm a believer in Christ, and it's important to me to struggle. We both are. And it's a struggle. It's not easy, because we are doers and we're go-getters and we want to make things go, but you got to sit and wait and know that He's God, and know that before you came on this earth, He had a plan for you, and that was to prosper. So if He has a plan, then sometimes you got to get out of the way and let that plan run its course. So I just had to add that, Christine.
I 100% agree with you. Yeah, I totally agree. And also, too, there's so much to learn in the unknown. So much. If we are present, God is always teaching us something. You know what I mean?
Yes. And when you're present, pay attention. Half of the time we're struggling and we're uncertain is because we're not paying attention. We're busy. And then another thing too, I have to add, is people don't like silence. They don't like like they always got to put something on. I mean, you need just that time to just reflect and get before, in prayer, meditation, what you do, and just really just look at life, like, and assess, and just be still. Be still. People struggle with that.
Being still seems like uncomfortable, but that's, I started practicing like meditation on a daily basis to just quiet my mind, because just like you, I'm always thinking like, for tomorrow. I mean, today is here, but I'm thinking Friday, I'm thinking Saturday. I'm never able to enjoy what's going on here at the present. So I decided, like, mornings, I have about 10 minutes that I dedicate to just meditating. Once I've read my Bible, I meditate and I just silence everything. And it's the most beautiful gift that I give myself every day. Morning and evening before I go to bed, and for me, it's also a way for me to practice gratitude.
Oh, I love that.
Because when we are stuck in the unknown, we tend to be living off of like what is a deficit.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good. Yeah.
I don't want to live in that and focus on the deficit.
Yeah.
So let me center myself to a place where I can find gratitude.
Yeah.
I get that refreshment of meditation, and then I just go about my day.
Yeah.
And I kind of have a routine, stick to some routine that you're used to, that feels good to you.
Yeah.
I want to say, just believe that you're where you're supposed to be at this very moment in time.
So good. And that was what I was going to lead to next. Like, what do you do next? Because you're sitting on your hands, but life is
moving,
stop. But I love that. Like, to find your routine, you know,
Yeah, find
find
your
your time of
routine.
peace and just
Yeah,
that, you know, and be
do
okay
that.
with just doing that. And that's something that, you know, I've really come to understand that,
Yeah.
you know, sticking to just a routine and just
Yes.
even if it doesn't feel like you're making moves in certain things,
Yeah.
or because I feel like sometimes we're also so much is being thrown at us
Yes.
day.
Yes.
So we feel like, oh gosh, I have to be working on purpose every second, every moment. And yes, you do. But also but also working in purpose is just living. And like you
Living.
said, being
Yes.
conscious of where you are, being present, enjoying that. That's getting your
So
peace of mind is
important.
a major part of your purpose. Just having that
So
type of peace. So I think what you mentioned just about having that routine and sticking to that,
yes.
if it doesn't look like you changed the world, nobody changes the
Yeah.
world overnight. And on top
100.
of that, having your peace of mind is part of that process too, to get you to being certain. Because as
Yes.
you are doing that daily routine, you'll pay it more attention. You won't be distracted by so many things and thoughts of what you need to be doing, where you need to go, you know, this job and this and
Yes.
you're uncertain
Or
about.
what you don't have, you know?
Yes, exactly, which I love. But I
Yeah.
think it also allows you to then take in like those quiet, still moments where God is speaking to you and showing you,
Yes.
you know, something will come up, somebody will send you something, somebody will say something that would just, and that's something to add to. God will use people, you know, to also confirm and give you that peace and bring
Yes.
certainty.
Yes.
And I think as somebody who doesn't, like, I'm really big when I'm going through
Yeah.
situations
Yeah.
to say, I don't want to, you know, I want to focus. I don't want nobody to tell me because I don't want to go by what somebody else says. So I create this whole thing of, nope, I got to cut out the world. I got to do it this way. And then I
Yes.
realize, like, God also will use people to tell you, and you'll know because you'll have a peace of mind. But I think if you focus on your routine, like you said, focus on being present and just enjoy
Yes.
the moment, your answer will come to you. It will literally come to you.
Completely.
I mean,
Completely.
it will literally. I just had that experience last week,
Yes.
and my answer, I was just sitting there quietly, just, you know, journaling, and my
Yes.
answer just came. I mean, it just, my hand just started to move and give me
Wow.
my answer, and
Wow.
I was just like,
Wow.
wow, you know.
Wow.
So it's just, it's vital to make sure you hit those key things.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Because there's so much power in the present moment. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If we worry so much about what is yet to come,
I'm telling you.
we lose what is here right now.
I'm
You
telling you.
know?
I'm telling
And
you.
there's so much. Who knows about tomorrow?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We
We
don't.
could we
None
could
of
be worrying ourselves crazy for
yeah,
nothing.
I'm telling you, none of us are promised tomorrow.
Nothing
None
is
of us are
promised tomorrow,
promised.
yeah.
I'm
And
telling
there's also a beautiful thing about knowing without a certain without any doubt
you. Mhm.
that God has your back no matter what. That
Yeah.
even if you're on the wrong path, that He will direct you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you anchor yourself back to that knowing
Mm.
inside of you, you
Yeah.
know, and you know, and you know you are where you're supposed to be. Yeah. God
Yes.
has told you start this business, but the business not going the way I wanted it to go,
I'm
you know?
telling you. I'm
The
telling you.
future is unknown. I have people to pay. I can't pay them. But you know without a shadow of doubt that that is where God is calling you to.
Mm.
Stand your ground and
Yeah.
watch him organize everything else that's supposed to come into place to bring that into fruition for you.
I'm
But
telling
don't allow the distractions
you.
that's
Mm.
going out in the outside
Yes. Yeah.
ruin what is supposed to be a beautiful moment. You know, it's so beautiful because when God does miracles, I mean, I think we take miracles and
Yeah.
supernatural interventions for granted. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yep.
beautiful things when they happen, and they happen because we relinquish control and we decide we're going to remain in the present and anchor ourselves to
Yeah.
that faith and that knowing that
Yeah.
God is doing something.
Yes. I'll tell you. I love it. It's
Mm.
like just be a child. Like my
Yes.
they're just so, they teach me so much. And they were like, oh, you know, there's this game they get to play at school. Everybody gets picked.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, Mom, you know, I really want to get picked. I don't know if I ever will. And I was like, well, let's just pray and ask for you to get picked. And they just said, okay, we prayed and we said, one day you guys will get picked watching.
Yes.
And we just left it on. They didn't know when it was going to come. That day I dropped them to school. One of them came home. I have twins. And they were like, oh my gosh, I got picked and I won a prize. And it was like, she was so excited.
Look at that.
I mean, and I was so excited too, because I was like a kid, like, we didn't know when it was going to happen. We were expecting it to happen sometime, you know, school year, whatever, but, or, you know, maybe tomorrow, who knows. And it happened that same day. And it just made me to go back to the child and just see, like, you're uncertain today, but you just don't know. God will bring that answer.
Boom.
Right on time. It doesn't come
right there
on it, but right on time.
Right there.
So that's how he works. This is how it goes. Just trust the process.
Trust it.
And know that it's gonna work out in your favor if you just take like Christine said, I love, be present, enjoy the present. And just wait. Sit on these hands.
Yes, I love that. The idea of just, I'm going to practice that. I'm going to practice that. Just put my hands out there. You know, because I'm notorious for going ahead, you know?
But still live, you know, like, you still have your routines. You still have your things to do. It doesn't mean shut yourself in a closet.
Yeah.
It will come eventually, you know, so.
I
love these episodes. It's 15 minutes. That's all we give. It's all we get. But I love doing this, Christine, because it's just good to just talk about, you know, life. And we didn't rehearse or anything. We just spoke off of our hearts. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And I want to thank you, Christine. Christine has her podcast.
Thank you for these 15 minutes.
Yes, I know it has been so enlightening.
I know. I'm so excited.
More like an hour,
you know? And you know what? And one thing I wanted to say is that you're not alone in this. Like, you know, find community around you when you're going through the unknown season. Find people, just even one person that you can trust and rely upon, you know, kind of be your center. Sometimes you need someone to center you back, you know?
I'm telling you, we all do. We all
do.
I thank God for his grace and for him being there always, but he sent people too to help us do that. So don't be an island. Don't be the worst to be an island, because your thoughts will start getting to you, and you have to keep your mind set on bigger and better things. So
I love it. Yes, I know. You know what great things are coming up. Woo-hoo!
Yes. Let me tell you, they are. So, Christine, thank you so much. You can find Christine on Unearthed by Christine Babu. Her podcast everywhere you said right podcast.
Yes. And come join us over there, and we'll do another one.
Yes, we will.
Just the beginning.
The beginning. Yes. Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you all for joining us today. Make sure again you come check us out for our next episode. It's been fun. Don't worry about uncertainty. Everything will happen when it's supposed to. So peace and see you all next time.
Bye.